Hello and welcome to another video. So I am so excited for this video. I have been waiting for this doll to come in. I've been so excited about it, but today's video obviously is going to be the unboxing of Integrity Toys' 5th W Club doll from last year's W Club, which is SIRENE VIOLAINE PERRIN, the NuFantasy doll. And I believe that's how you say it. I rewatched the reveal video and they called the doll SIRENE. I thought it was Serene, but I guess it's SIRENE. Yeah, so it's the Mermaid doll that was designed for the NuFantasy line as a W Club exclusive doll last year. And it was designed by Jesse Ayala. Even when this doll was first announced, I talked about it a bit in my retrospective of the W Club 2023 club year. I talked a little bit about this doll, but I was super excited. But now she's here, and I'm excited to get into it. So yeah, for starters, I would really appreciate if you enjoy this video to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you like watching my videos. But let's start getting into this doll. So I have right here the box, and it looks incredible. It's a lot. Recently, a lot of the Integrity Toys dolls have come out have been kind of this cardstock material, but this is like thick cardboard. It's very nice quality, which you'd expect from a gift set. This doll, I ordered it back in, let's see, I can actually pull up the date. Okay, so I found it, and it was February 15th was when I ordered this doll. So it's been a couple of months since this doll, and we're actually in the W Club's 2024 club year now. But yeah, this was the last doll from last year's W Club. I'm so excited that this doll happened. For starters, about me, I do enjoy a fantasy doll. I love fantasy elements in general, but I kind of felt the way they kind of touched on it on the reveal video, but a lot of collectors feel like they aren't going full with some of the new fantasy collections that come out. It's usually like a very beautiful gown, and then they give it accessories and stuff, and it gives kind of like a spellcaster vibe, but it's not going hardcore into the fantasy vibe. But this doll is fully unapologetically fantasy in the best way. I'm also a huge fan of mermaids. Mermaids and fairies, I love them so much. If I was to put one above the other, I'd probably say mermaids, but I do still really like fairies as well. Hopefully we could get a fairy, Integrity Toys NuFantasy fairy doll. That would be incredible. But yes, let's just start looking at it. I will be honest, I did already unbox this video because I got this package back on Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday or Thursday, and it's Sunday now. And I knew I wasn't going to have time because I had a very busy week, so I knew I wouldn't have time to film the video for a couple of days. But there was no way I could wait that long and not even, see her. So I have already unboxed it. Not unboxed, but I have, removed her from the package enough to see her face. But I haven't, unboxed her completely, if that makes sense. But we have SIRENE and NuFantasy, and we have, this whole kind of, water vibe, watercolor situation going on. It's really pretty, and it continues on to the sides all the way around, and then on this side actually it says Integrity Toys. I think that's kind of glaring. Oh, and it says fashion doll gift set right here down in that bottom corner. And then on the back side we have SIRENE NuFantasy and Integrity Toys, and kind of just the whole Integrity Toys blurb. But now let's get into the box. So again, I really like this box. I'm a out-of-box collector. Obviously, you can see my Integrity Toys there. But this is a really nice box. Ooh. And it, suctions to it. Okay, there we go. So like I said, this is as far... I've gotten this far already in the unboxing experience. I've seen this. But here she is, my VIOLAINE. So good. And then even down here on the accessories, again, we have the coloring, and I love this dark background when the colors here are so pastel and bright. It's so beautiful. And something I realized right away when I unboxed this doll is her hair is much more colored than it first read. I can see the pinks and the purples in her hair a lot more clearly than I could tell from the promo shots, which has me excited. I love fantasy colored hair, so the fact that you can see the pinks and purple in her hair even more, I'm just more excited about it. But yes, this was her straight out of the box. I'll set her there for a second. And then I'll also show off the inside part where it just says SIRENE NuFantasy, and you have like this whole like coral reef looking kind of artwork, which is really nice. But yes, I am very excited. You can see a lot from here, but now it's time to unbox her, and I'm gonna try to do what I typically do a time lapse of unboxing this doll. And so we're gonna jump to that because I have not much else to say. I'm just ready to get into this doll. So let's go ahead straight into that. Okay, so I now have her unboxed, and I'm sure I included it, but I did try to film the unboxing, but I ended up having the camera at a weird angle, and then I didn't hit time lapse. I recorded a regular video. I ran out of space on my phone because I was recording just a regular video and it was so long. So it ended up messing up. I don't know how I did that. I've filmed multiple unboxings, so I don't know how I made such a big mistake. But anyways, I've decided to go back to the way I used to film these types of unboxings because there's so much to show with this doll that I have to like get into each detail. So starting off, you can obviously see this is VIOLAINE. She is assembled right here. First thing I want to show off was her certificate of authenticity. I'm really happy to see this because there's been a lot of with some of the unboxings recently, some of them do have certificates, some don't. I'm glad they've brought it back. Right here, you can see there are 2,586 of this doll, and mine is number 549. So I'm happy to have the certificates again. Then, I'm not sure if it showed on the video, but this was her accessory box. It's really nice. And now I'm going to show, like, each of the pieces before we get into the doll in close detail. So first, we have this extra skirt, which is like a second outfit. Right here, this is the back of it. You can see where it's clasp and hook. All of the clothing is clasp and hook, except for the top. We'll go over that when we get to it. Really nice. And originally, I didn't like this piece too much, but then I watched the video reveal and I heard Jessie talk about it, and I kind of ended up liking it more. We'll get more into that. I'm going to dress her in each of the outfits so you can see her in each of them. And I'll go over more of why I like this piece now more once we get to that. But here you can see we have like this ruffling here and just like kind of this like periwinkle band and then the teal that's on the rest of the mermaid. Then we have this top, which has the hook and clasp closure in the back, but then it has this string that ties around the back of the neck, and then it kind of like crisscrosses in the front of her and then ties in the back. That's the way they show it. I'll do my best to do that, but this is that. Oh, and then it has this like little starfish on it, which have like little pearls in it. It's really nice. Then the skirt that goes to this piece. So again, hook and clasp in the back. And we just have like these really nice feathers. So soft, very nice. And it's just the sequence that matches this top. So these two go together. Then she comes with two pairs of shoes. The first one are these thigh-high gold metallic boots, which are really cool. I really like them. They're really fun. I could see this being restyled with so many dolls, especially if I put it with like the Isha from the curated event. I have this same material as gold gloves, so it'd be really cool like to put those together. This is the other, obviously. Then her other pair of shoes, which I have attached to her second pair of legs, because in the tail of the mermaid, she has flat feet, but they're articulated ankles that point down, and it makes a really nice silhouette for the tail, which I'll show off in a second. But this is her other pair of shoes, which I already have her other feet in, and these are so perfect, like these pearl detailings, and then this metallic teal color again, really nice. And also you can see here, she has like the pearlescent sheen on the painted toenails, which are really cool, which of course match the hands. And I have her with one clasp, one open hand, so these are the two extras. You can see the painted nails again. Really nice. Then she comes with a second pair of earrings as well. So these are the other earrings that I don't have put in yet. They're really nice, like gold starfish with like little, it has like very tiny, what's the word for it? Gems in it, like little white gems. They're really nice. But now we can get into the doll herself. Actually, first I'm gonna grab the purse from her. This is her purse. It's kind of like an milky white opaque shell, and it does open here where it has magnet, and you could fit something in here. I'm not sure that she has like maybe her extra earrings or something, but it's a really nice piece, and she just like clasp onto this part right here. And now let's bring over the doll. First, I will show off her stand. So I have her on this, actually you can't even see that. Let me just disconnect her from the stand. Oh, it got stuck on her rubber band. There we go. So I'm set her down for a second so we can go over the stand. So this is the stand. It's just like a really nice pearlescent shell, and then it is solid. Like I thought maybe it was gonna be hollow, but it's really nice and sturdy. And she has this unique stand that goes right underneath the arms to hold her in. Oh, I knocked one of the pieces off. Here it is. It has these like nice little rubber pieces on the end so it doesn't scratch anything. So, and this doesn't fall off easily. I just knocked it off because this one got stuck underneath the rubber bands on her top. But it's really nice. I really like it. And they have a whole nother spot right here for when she's in her human form and you use the saddle stand. And there's a saddle piece as well. I don't have it over here. I actually have it over at my desk, but yeah. So that's really nice. Now let's bring over the doll. Okay, so here we have VIOLAINE, and she already have a lot of accessories on her. There's so much to show off. The first thing I wanted to say is I think she's really beautiful. However, I will say she is a little wonky, and this isn't something I think is particular to my doll. I've noticed this with a lot of people posting photos of their violins. Violins? Oh, I forgot how to say it. It's been a couple days since I did the first unboxing, but I think it's VIOLAINE. This eye right here is looks like a little bigger and kind of looking that direction in a way. I did notice it. It doesn't bother me that much, but I have noticed it is something that I've seen with a couple of the photos I've seen of VIOLAINE. Now, she's beautiful. Again, she does not have the rooted eyelashes, which is kind of like a typical standard when it comes to the Integrity Toys dolls, and that's because, as you can probably see here, her entire eye makeup has no black in it. Jesse Ayala, the designer, said he wanted to kind of give it that like underwater look to it, and when you look through water, it usually has that kind of like, what's the word, kind of like filter. It makes it look a little bluey. So he didn't want any black, and he couldn't find eyelashes that were this shade of blue, so he went without eyelashes. I know a lot of people were upset by it. Me specifically, because it was going for like a certain art style and everything, I don't mind it. If this was like a reoccurring thing we see in the future with Integrity Toys not coming with eyelashes, I would be really upset about it. But with this specific doll and this specific release, I'm okay with it, if that makes sense. And then she has this really peachy lip, which is really nice. And so the next thing I want to go over is her hair. So Jesse called this mother of pearl blonde, and it is typical blonde hair, but then it has these beautiful shades of purple and pink, which I love this hair color so much. I talked about it during the when I first showed off the box that we knew she had the pink and purple in her hair, but in the stock photos it didn't look as saturated, the pinks and purples. It looked much more muted, but in my doll at least, it's pretty vibrant, and I love it. I love fantasy hair, so it has me really excited. So I do love that. And then it plays really well with like the sheen you get on the tail with the purples and pinks. Like the hair is perfect. Also, something I wasn't expecting is when this is exactly how her hair looks styled when in the photos, but I thought it was going to be pretty like gelled. Like I'm used to gelled hair with, especially with some like specific hairstyles with Integrity Toys, but this hair is extremely soft. Like you can bend it, there's no crunch. Like it's super soft. It feels amazing. So originally I thought I might actually wash this doll's hair just to get it out, like the crunchiness, but no, it's perfect. It's really nice. I love it, love it, love it. The next thing to go over, there's so many things with this doll, is I want to talk about these first earrings. So I'm just gonna kind of like tuck this hair back here. But her mermaid earrings, I guess, are these beautiful, there's so many things to it. So first off, it's these finned pieces that come out, and the fins match the fins down here. Like it's that same shade of blue. And then she has this like shell piece with like little tiny pearls embedded in it. It's extremely beautiful. And then this cluster of pearls just hanging with a single pearl drop at the bottom. And of course it's the same on the other ear as well. It's so nice. I really, really love these earrings so much. It's just beautiful. And then it works really nice for styling the hair because you can just kind of move the hair around these fins, and her hair can be like so many different ways, which is so exciting to me. Like I've been moving her hair different ways, like show the pearls or like pieces in the front and it just falling. It's really beautiful. The next thing to go over would be her top here. So I still have this rubber banded on. I'll be cutting these off when I change her outfit, but for now still rubber banded in place. And we have these like golden pieces that are so many fine details in this. First off, right at the centers, we have these pearls, which I really like. I mean, it gives a little bit of like a nipple vibe, but I'm not mad at it. Then we have these shell pieces right here, and it's kind of like a barnacle wrapping around these kind of sand dollars. It is so beautiful, and the gold plays so well with all the rest of the colors going on. There's some loose hair right here. It's really nice. And then there's chains coming up here and in the back, and the chains are clasped like most jewelry for Integrity Toys, which is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And next, I'm going to go over some of her bracelets. So she came with 2 bracelets. This is a bracelet I didn't even realize she came with. And when I opened it, I was so impressed with it. It's this charm bracelet, and it has so many different, I need to get it in focus. It has so many different beautiful charms. Like we have this starfish with pink gems in it. Then we have a little seahorse, I believe. Oh no, it's just a little star. Then a hanging pearl. Then right here we have like a conch shell with some blue gems in it. Then we have a smaller shell, more pearls, and then another shell with some light blue. And it's like, so basically they have these like little shells and pearls like separating each of the gems. It's a really, oh, I had that off camera, sorry. It's a really beautiful piece. I really love this bracelet. And then she actually has a whole nother bracelet, which is like this gold band that's just like on one side, it's kind of like a trident. And on this side, it's like, I don't know, it looks kind of like maybe like kelp or some type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Some type of coral reef piece. It's really nice. I really love the trident thing. That's so cool. And then this ring that I absolutely love. It's like this gold ring that comes up. I'm gonna keep it on there. It wraps around her finger and has this little raised pearl on it, which is just beautiful. Such beautiful jewelry. And then we have even more jewelry because one, she has a pearl belly button piercing. And this is just 2 little faux pearls like glued onto the belly, but it's a really nice piece and it really ties into everything else this doll comes with. And then she has this 2-layered belt. And this is something that just clasps in the back. You probably saw it when I showed her earlier, but it just clasps in the back and it has this drop chain. So you could kind of like put it different ways. Like you could have the drop chain in the front. This is just how I had it situated because I thought it was really pretty. And it like sits on these fins here. And the first layer has all these drop pearls, and then it's just a chain with pearls. It's just beautiful. And then, of course, this tail. So you have, like, these weathered fins on the side, then, like, secondary fins, and then the huge main fin, which is just, it is huge. This is a really, really big fin. Honestly, I probably could have gone for a little smaller just for display reasons, but it is very beautiful, very dramatic, and I love the weathering of it. That's not like perfectly pristine. It has like these different holes in it. It's also like 2 layers, so you can see that there, but then up here it's fused together, but it's like loose on the bottom, which gives this really cool effect, and like it has really nice motion to it. And then the tail with like its iridescence and all the gold detailing on the side, it's really beautiful. And this is the articulated ankle feet, so like you can technically, like, I don't know why you would, but you can see how it's articulated there, but when it's put flat, it really works out. Oh, her things were matching up there. It works so well. So this doll is just incredible. Also, I want to show how the tail works. It's also a hook and clasp, which you can see right there. Actually, I'll go ahead and take the tail off here on camera. I actually haven't even done this yet, but we'll go ahead and see how that works. So yeah, so you can see, oh, and then these are also painted toenails. So there she is, like, outside of the tail, and here's the tail. So now I'm gonna cut off the camera and I'm going to change her into her first look, and I'll be back. Okay, so here is VIOLAINE in her second look. We have her pearl shoes on, her second pair of feet. Oh, it's a little off there. Her second pair of feet, then the skirt with the ruffles, and then I took off the chain belt, and then she's wearing her small earrings instead of the fin earrings, and I do have her holding her purse. So I'll be honest, out of her 3 looks she comes with, this is probably my least favorite look, just based off of the 3. And originally, I didn't care at all for this outfit. I was like, the other 2 are so strong that I really didn't care, like the mermaid and the feather look. I was like, I don't care. This looks cute, happy, it's included, but like, I love the shoes. But other than that, I was like, yeah, it's fine. But I rewatched the reveal video, and it really shifted my view of it, because in the video, Jessie said that this look is meant to represent like when she first comes out of the water and becomes human. Think Ariel when she first gets her leg and she has like the boat mast tied around her, and it's like this is meant to represent like first becoming human. And with that story added to it, it really makes me love it, because like I love a story in general, so the fact that they did add story for this, it makes me obsessed with it. So like out of the 3 looks, it's still my least favorite, but I do think I have a real appreciation for this look. Also, I will admit, I struggled so much and I could not get this bottom one to latch, and I'm sure this is a user error. Like, I have no doubt this is on me, not the clothing. But I did the top one, and I don't think you can even tell. Like, if I hadn't revealed that, I don't think anyone would be able to tell that, like, that top one isn't done. But yeah, so this is look number 2 with these accessories. Again, very beautiful, but I'm very excited to get her in her last look. So let's go ahead and get her in her feather look. Okay, so I'm in the midst of changing her outfit, but I just clipped off the rubber bands. And I wanted to say, the top fits perfect without rubber bands. Like, in fact, I think it fits even better, because it was kind of like a little like this kind of earlier, but now it falls perfectly on her. So I like, sometimes with Integrity Toys pieces, I'm a little afraid when it comes to like cutting off bands and stuff, but like this, it literally falls better now that it's off. So I'm very happy about that. And something I forgot to mention in the last scene was the feet were so easy to change. I have Rainbow High dolls that have changeable feet, and it's really difficult to take on and off the feet. So I was a little nervous. This was going to be my first time ever doing it with Integrity Toys, and it was extremely easy to do it with this doll. Like, I could do it right here, no problem. Like, you just get it straight, you pull, and then there's, in here, there's this like little groove in the back. You see that like half moon, and you just aim it to go in there and then push. It's so easy. That's great. Okay, now I'm gonna finish changing her outfit. Okay, so here is Vanessa in her last look, and I also have her on the stand with the saddle stand, but I'm not gonna lie to you, getting her to stand on this in these high heels is very, like, okay, it can be done. Moving her around like this, absolutely not, but like I was able to get her to sit and stand just fine. but you have to like place the heel in the groove and stuff like that. But I'm gonna just take that out for right now to show off her last final look, where she looks incredible. We just have the second top and skirt and the gold boots, and again, all the same accessories. I didn't change those. So this is her in her last look, and I love it. And Jessie said in the video that this was meant to be like her fully realized human look. Like she's become like a full model, like in her human form, like fully come into her own as a human. And again, I love the story tied to it. I think she's so beautiful. I love all these looks so much. Also, I was able to get this skirt to attach with both hook and closures, no problem. The string tying was like, you don't have to tie difficult at all. It's really easy to tie. I love tie pieces. I think it really adds like an extra level of detail. My star is a little crooked, but it doesn't bother me that much. But yeah, she's, wow, so beautiful. I really love it. All the pieces fit amazing. They all look so good. But I am now going to switch around the camera now that we've seen all of her pieces and kind of give like my closing thoughts and show how I plan to display her. Since she has multiple outfits, I haven't been able to say that in a while. But yeah, I'm going to show how I plan to display her and give my closing thoughts. Okay, so here we are with how I plan to display her, which of course is the mermaid look. I really love, I'll pull her a little closer just so she can be seen. And since this stand goes so high, you can actually see her pretty well. I love this doll so much. She is quickly becoming a favorite of mine. It's just, this doll is so perfect to my taste. I have seen online in the club and stuff like that, this has been a bit of a polarizing release because some people aren't big into the fantasy thing. But as for me, someone who's into the fantasy aspect, I absolutely love this doll. I think as a mermaid, it's executed very well. And she's just beautiful. Like, there's so many amazing details. Like, I really love all the like metal work, like for this top and like the accessories. Then this tail, of course, is absolutely amazing. Her own special stand. Then the hair. The hair is something that I said I planned on like washing or boil washing or something to get it just straight, because I thought it was going to be crunchy, but it's like really soft and it gives that kind of like wet vibe with it being in strands. She's so beautiful and so perfectly represents what I would imagine an Integrity Toys mermaid to be. Like, it's just, she's beautiful. I love her so much. I'm really so excited and I feel so lucky to have her, and she's definitely one of my favorites in my collection at this point. And I'd like to say that she kind of excites me in regards to what we could possibly be seeing as far as the NuFantasy line in the future. Because, like I said in the beginning, a lot of people said NuFantasy didn't go too far into fantasy, and I was inclined to agree with that. But with this doll, it's like now I can see it going in a direction that excites me personally. Like, imagine now we have a great mermaid. Imagine like a fairy or a harpy or elves or anything. Like, you can go so many directions, or a companion doll that's like a male merman to go with this doll. There's so many amazing possibilities, and I really hope Integrity Toys continues in this direction with fantasy, because it really excites me, and I know there's a lot of people out there who were really impressed with this doll when her stock photos came out. And so I just hope like this, I don't know, I hope this release is a sign of motivation to keep going in this direction, because this commitment to fantasy is incredible. I love it. Like, obviously I loved like the high fashion or like classic silhouettes and stuff like that. Like, I enjoy all of that, but I enjoy this just as much, maybe even more, maybe. But yeah, I love it and I hope to see more of it. So that's basically going to be it for this video. I would love to know what you all feel down in the comments below, how you feel about this NuFantasy release, or like what you'd like to see in the future from NuFantasy, or if you're just going to be sticking to typical Integrity Toys releases. Also, down in the description will be my Instagram. It's his.dolls on Instagram. It'll also be a link to my podcast I have with my brother, which is We're Literally Obsessed. And I think that's everything I'm going to say. So yeah, I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye.